I'm sure politics can be nasty. I really hope it's not this nasty. Our Brand is Crisis is the latest Sandra Bullock movie to hit theaters, with Billy Bob Thornton and her playing opposing politicos in an election in Bolivia, and the lengths they will go to make sure that their candidate wins. This is a deep and dark look into the depth of political strategy. I really sincerely hope that political strategy isn't this underhanded. Can I just start there and just say that there is something, and maybe this is a good part about the movie because it makes you think about the lengths people would be willing to go to gain power and how to do that. And I do think that's interesting. I just hope it's not real. There's some movies you hope are true, and then there are movies like this that you just hope, please, are not true. Performances sell it. Sandra Bullock is great, as she usually is, but Billy Bob Thornton is the standout. He may have been the best thing about this movie. I loved his character because he was nasty and underhanded, and at the same time he was able to charm you a little bit and make you like him, kind of. That makes for a very complex and interesting character on screen, because you hate him for sure because of what he does, but there's just something about his honesty and bravura in doing it that you almost appreciate. I love it when a character can do that, and I thought that worked really, really well. As far as stuff that didn't work, there's a few things that don't work here. Speaking of characters, Sandra Bullock's character, even though her performance is great, the character itself feels a little all over the place. Like her character doesn't know who she is at some points. So during the first part of the movie, you think you get an understanding of her, and then she makes choices in the second half of the movie that don't feel like her at all. And the only reason for her to make those choices is to serve the plot and not the character. So I feel like those things are at odds, and it causes a little dissonance in watching the movie, and I think overall takes away from it. Plus, I think the movie fails in making me care as much as it wants me to about this situation. There's an underlying theme of what that kind of underhanded politics can do to a nation or to people who put their trust in it. And I don't think I came to the end of it and felt as strongly about it as they wanted me to, because it was more to me about this rivalry than it really was about the politics. And so it kind of had a mixed thing that it was going for. And it really notches the movie down a few levels because you don't have those emotions tied to it like you might in a movie that really nailed it. And this one doesn't. Overall, I think Our Brand is Crisis is a good movie, not a great movie. It's one with some good performances and some interesting things to look at, but overall doesn't mean enough at the end of the day for me to give it above a B-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. First, I want to let you know about how you can do some other stuff here at Your Movie Friend. Click the cards up there and you'll see other recent reviews that you might want to check out. Link to the website, which is yourmoviefriend.com. You can also support the channel, which I very much appreciate. Also follow me on Periscope, Aaron Dicer. If you search for Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER on Periscope, you should find my Periscope, and I Periscope after every single movie I go to. It's a lot of fun. Love having your interaction there. And subscribe to the podcast, if you would. SiftPop, SiftPop, if you're a podcast person, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you do podcasts, just search for SiftPop, and we do a new show every Friday about TV, movies. It's lots of fun. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, on to the Best Ever Challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. Let's just go broad. What is the best ever political movie? Mine is a strange choice. I'll give you a clue so you can guess it. It is an underrated, I believe, political movie about a presidential interview. That kind of gives it away, but it's not one a lot of people would think of right off the bat. So I wanted to be a little more specific. Take a guess at mine in the comments. The first person to guess mine does get a point. I'd also love to see your choice there as well. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe. Just click the logo right down in this corner.